I love going to the library and getting books. I especially love going to the library and looking at all of their amazing picture books that they have there. And I love the idea that we could just read all of these books and not have to buy them and spend a ton of money on books. However, my son is 8 months old and he likes to do this thing where he takes a book and he sticks it in his mouth, he chews on the spine, or he eats a page, or as we're looking at the page, he likes to go, and just eat the book. And so I think getting board books from the library for my baby is disgusting. Let me know if you disagree, but I think that's so gross. That being said, my goal is to build a good home library of board books in particular, because those are ones that I absolutely do not want to check out from the library. So if we don't go to the library and we're not able to swap out books that we're reading that way, what I do is I do a book rotation. I have a forward-facing bookshelf in his nursery that has a ton of books on it. Periodically, what I'll do is I'll take some books from that shelf and I will put them on my nursing cart. So I have a nursing cart, and on the second shelf I have that filled with board books. So what I'll do is I'll pull the book off, we will read the book, put the book back on the other end of that shelf, and then they'll just kind of like shuffle through that way. So whenever we have to stop and do something else, I know like where we left off with the options with whichever one is currently on the end. But I like swapping them out from that to the main bookshelf. And even still with that, like I'll put some books in here, I'll put some books in our living room. Right now I have all of my fall board books out there because it's almost, I should say, it's the middle of September, but it's still like 90 degrees in Texas. So we're trying to embrace the fall vibes without the weather matching up. Anyway, I have books in the living room, books in here, but mainly the main spot we read is by our nursing cart. So today I wanted to show you a little behind the scenes of how I swap out the books on his nursing cart. I like keeping this nursing cart with books here by my chair, so that way whenever he's done eating and he is content, we can just read a couple books and they're very accessible. Here, his bookshelf is over across the room, as you can see here. So today we're going to be taking some books off of the nursing cart and putting them onto the shelf. Up here is where I usually keep my water. I'm going to move my Kindle up here for now, and I have these books on the second shelf. I'm going to take off The Biggest Story ABC, Goodnight Gorilla, Pajama Time, and the Going to Bed book we read every single night, so I'm leaving these on here. These two books I absolutely love. They have a lot of words per page. So right now, hang on, let me back up. Okay, right now my son is in, well, literally he's in his crib, and you can probably hear him talking, and I'm trying to be fast. That way I can get this done before he wants to get out of the crib and go play on the floor. But anyway, on this book, there's a lot of words per page, and my son is in the stage where he just wants to turn pages backwards and forwards. And so it's really hard to say all the words on the page really, really fast. But what I usually just do is just read a couple of lines, and then when he turns the page, I just go to that page and read a couple of lines. I have a whole video about what to do. Like, do you need to read every single word on the page, or can you just look at pictures? I have a whole video about that. I'll link up above. Anyway, I just love these books, though. Even though we can't go through the whole thing, they're still super fun. Okay, Barnyard Dance by Sandra Boynton. This one's really fun, but this one he also does not like me turning the pages for. He likes looking at the cover a lot. So I'm going to take this one off for now and replace it with something else. The Foot Book is actually a really great one for when he turns the pages really fast, because there's so few words on the page, and I like it because it's a good rhyme. Yeah, there's a good rhyme on this book. Hi. Fox and Socks, Mr. Brown Can Move. We're going to keep those too. In fact, I'm going to move Pocket over with those. I like to have a couple of nursery rhyme books on this cart. I have this one by Lisa McHugh and this one by Mary Engelbrecht. And these I usually keep on the end. I'm going to fix that there. And then, let's see, Brown Bear, we like because there's so few words per page that when he turns the pages quickly, we can get through all of it. And then Personal Penguin stays. Hand, finger, thumb. Has a good length to it. I'm going to take off Let There Be Light. And then Down by the Bay is fun. We'll keep Down by the Bay. And then, of course, Goodnight Moon is a must-have for nighttime and naps. Okay, so I'm taking off The Biggest Story, ABC, Let There Be Light, Barnyard Dance, Rise and Shine, but Not the Hippopotamus. Okay, so we'll put these over on the shelf here in a second. Let me move you a little bit so that you can see the shelf while I look over here. Okay, so I think since I'm taking off Let There Be Light, I'm going to replace it with Psalm 23. Let's do Nothing But the Blood of Jesus since we're taking off Rise and Shine. We'll swap out Happy Hippo, Angry Duck for Not the Hippopotamus. That's a good trade. Oh, Go Dogs Go. Do you remember Go Dogs Go? And let's see. Oh, we're going on a bear hunt. That one's fun. Let's see. We have space maybe for one more. What do we think? Wheels on the Bus or... Okay, let's see. Freight Train. This one actually might be great. Okay, I'm going to put Freight Train on there because this one has so few words per page too that I think it'll be great for when he is wanting to just turn the pages. Although they're kind of sticking right now, buddy. They're sticking. So I'm going to put this one on the cart too. I might need to take another one off. Let's see. I think we'll take off Mr. Brown Can Moo. So there is a swap. And now we just gotta roll this back over. So now that I have the books set up on my nursing cart, I will just read these books over and over again until I get tired of them and want to swap them out again in the future. If you want to know why it's amazing to read your books over and over again to your baby, check out this video right here where we talk about all the benefits and how it helps you, it helps your baby, all good things. Check this out here. My name is Kara, and on this channel I share lots of board book recommendations and reading tips for you and your baby. I'll talk to you later. Bye.